Pornography, I really think that's the problem. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm back again with another video. This video follows on from my previous video about women complaining about men not stepping up and still being boys. But I wanted to get into this topic because it's something that no one really talks about. I don't know if people get cancelled over it. I don't know if people have spoken about it, but it's kind of just like swept under the rug. But it does have to do with masculinity, guys not stepping up, the cause of these issues, testosterone, the fall of man. I think with the second fall of man is due to this. So have you ever seen guys these days, like, you know, that they have no confidence? They struggle to make eye contact with people. They struggle communicating with women. They can't, you know, like they slouch over. They're kind of treated like, I don't know, pathetic people. But I know very well, and I've researched this, speaking to a lot of people, also understanding my generation. I think one of the biggest reasons and contributors to the fall of man in today's society is because of pornography. Specifically, pornography addiction, which starts at an early age from maybe 10 to 12 years old. My generation, I was born in 1991. I specifically remember in 2003, I think maybe I was about like 12 years old at the time, something like that. 10 to 12 years old at the time. That was the first time I ever saw adult content. Back then, kids would sell the DVDs and stuff. They would even play the DVDs in school. But I remember from that time till now how addictive that stuff really is. And when kids that young are getting addicted, you can imagine, those were DVDs and like magazines. Imagine 10 to 12-year-old kids now who already have phones and stuff like that. It's just, it only takes like 10 seconds to start watching something. And when you have kids that young that are getting addicted to hardcore material, you know, their bodies are still developing. They watch that stuff, they do their business, and it becomes like this dopamine addiction, right? Now, as they're aging, their hormones are all kind of screwed up because they're trying to like they're overworking those hormones that are still trying to develop. I went online, right, and I did research on Reddit. I read forums, I read some studies that were done, and like it kind of confirmed what I always suspected, that it is one of probably the cause of where we are today, like where guys are, you know, because I find that there's also an age gap where like the guys that are about 10 years older than me, they don't like when I say, you know, I'm generalizing age groups, but the guys that are like 10 years older than me, they're kind of different to my generation and younger. The way they behave, the way they act, the way they talk. Man, it's like, I really hope that like this content, if it has to exist in some form and online, like I want it off social media. I want it off, I don't want it to be easily accessible, because these kids that are coming up, like you see how they act, you see the craziness that they do. It's like way beyond what we used to do, you know, as kids. Their behavior, their attitude, they also just don't give a fuck about anything. Like the ones that go the wrong way, they're starting really early, you know. So I really hope in the future that more people talk about this topic, and that yeah, like if you suffer from, you know, pornography addiction, adult content stuff, excuse me, talk to somebody about it. Like, do your research. There's people that can actually help you. And yeah, man, I really feel sad for the future. You know, for the kids, young kids now who are like 2, 3 years old, their parents give them iPads. First of all, what the hell are you giving your kids iPads at that age? So you can imagine what, if they know how to swipe, imagine by the time they're like 5 years old, 5, 6, 7 years old. I'm sure they're gonna see adult material at some point, way before they're 10 to 12 years old. It's a sad world, man, but yeah, this is one of the biggest contributors to the fall of man 2.0.